We saw how with CSS there's three different ways how we can access different elements within our web page. So we've got classes, we've got via the ID, or just via the tag itself. So right now I'm going to select this particular header area and I'm going to make these paragraphs stand out a little bit more. So how would I go about doing that? So taking a look at my HTML structure, I see that header paragraph is unique. So I've got header and I don't have any paragraphs in this header. So this is one way that I can access these particular elements. So I can do header, and any paragraph that's underneath the header is going to take these properties. So over here is where I can set a background color of blue. Maybe I want to set it as yellow so it stands out quite a bit more. I can also update different things like the font family. I can also update the font size. So I want to make it really stand out, make it really big. So there we go. So we can see that we can really start to bring out different elements within our web page just by doing this, by applying styling to them and get them to really stand out. And background is one of the more commonly used ones, as well as setting the color of the actual text. So we see that by default it's black, the default background color is white. So I can actually update the text color by using color, and this is just something that brackets is giving me a drop down. So there's a number of different options for applying colors. We can do it with a color name, predefined color names. So this is what brackets is suggesting to us here. We can also do it via hexadecimal. So this is a hex value for the color name. So if I wanted white, it starts out with FFF, so 6 Fs. Hexadecimal is a white color, so it's equivalent to 255 on white, or 255 red, 255 green, 255 blue for RGB. That's another way to attach your color values. So this is hexadecimal values. The darkest color, so we do a hash, and we can do 0, so that would make it black. So the complete opposite. So starting at 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, and going all the way up to FF, FF, FF. And case doesn't matter, so it's not case sensitive. So you can do lower or uppercase. And there's also a short form. If all of the values, all of the characters are the same, then you only need to specify the 3 in order to specify white. So we can do a short form for white where we do FFF instead of the 6 Fs. We saw that we've got named colors, we saw that we've got hex values, but we also have RGB. And RGB is, we can use these hex values in background colors as well, so they're all interchangeable. You can pick up the color names and use them however you want to use them. So this is not specific for any particular property. You can use colors interchangeably here. And for the most part, people are using the hexadecimal colors because they're probably one of the more specific ways to do it. I'm going to also do another way, so background color. So if I wanted a background color, I can do an RGB color. So this you might not find as commonly used, but again, it is used, and with the ability to set alphas, it's used more and more now. So with RGB, we would just set the color, the background color, and we specify RGB, so that's red, green, blue, and how much tint that we're applying to it. So white would be, the top one would be 255, 255, 255, and black coincidingly would be 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Now with CSS 3 coming out, we also now got the ability to set background colors with an alpha, so a transparency going through them. And this probably isn't going to be very noticeable. It's going to look like a grayed out shade, but I can set RGBA, and there it's looking for 4 values. So this value is going to be starting with 0, which is completely not visible, so completely alpha. and 1 which is a full solid color. So if I want to do something in between, I could do 0.5, and we see that we get this grayed out color, and all this means is that we can actually see through these. So if we had content underneath here, then we'd be able to see that content. So let's say, for instance, we had a background and we had a background image, then we would see this alpha color going through, and we'd be able to see whatever content we've got underneath there. So in the next lesson, I'm going to show you how to set up background images. So that's coming up.